Layers. Every object in Adobe Photoshop is tagged by layers. Type, images, background colors, we each represent one layer. Layers are the core of everything you do in Adobe Photoshop, and they are the most important aspect. As you already saw in the last lesson, layers are so important that we adjusted our panels on the right side just to make sure we have as much space as we need. But what are layers? What do they do? Let me open up an example to better explain what layers can do. So here we have a simple login screen of the iPhone app. As you can see, this simple app screen has a status bar on top, a logo, two fields, text, and a simple button. For us, it looks like a flat graphic without any depth, but in Adobe Photoshop, it actually consists of several layers stacked on top of each other. Now let's take a look at our layers panel to the right. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff going on. You can click on an eyeball to what the graphic would look like without specific layer. Also, if I try to drag some of the layers to the top, you can see that it disappears. It happened because image background layers got on top of the other layers, and you weren't be able to see them because they are behind image background layers. They are like sheets of glass stacked on top of each other. Now we can try and create a brand new layer. Navigate to the bottom of the layers panel and you are going to see this folded paper-like button. Click on it and you got the first layer. But it's absolutely empty. Let's fill this layer with a different color. Head over to our toolbox on the left and select Paint Bucket tool, or you can use keyboard shortcut G. Now go on and choose a color. This green one looks good. Press OK and just press anywhere on the app. As you can see anything, just this green color. Why that happened? Well, as I said before, the order of the layers is very important. Our layer 1 is on top of everything in our layers panel, so we cannot see anything beyond that. Drag our layer 1 down and you can see that our app form started to reappear. Also, you can see that I got a lot of folders in my layers panel. In Photoshop we call groups. They help us keep organized and also help when we want to move more layers at the same time without holding the Control key. And the last thing which really helps when we actually need select specific layer is this Auto Select option on top of the screen. This option appears when we select Move tool in our toolbox or just press D on our keyboard. You can see that you can check this box and you can also select and move specific layer at the same time. But I found this kinda annoying because you may accidentally select wrong layer. I don't use this option, so you probably want to turn it off. But even then it's turned off, this drop down option is very important. You have two different choices: Auto Select Layer and Auto Select Group. With Auto Select Group, when you Control click or Command click on your Mac, you can select that group on what layer you have clicked on is in. With Auto Select Layer, you can do the same thing with Control click, but now you can select actual layer, which is very helpful when working with bigger project and it becomes problematically finding your layer. I hope you understand everything in this lesson, but if you have any questions, as always, please go to the discussion section to the right or send me a message on the Twitter, and I'm going to answer all the questions I get as quick as possible.